Politics as usual.
Politics as usual.
Yo, you know how we do. Welcome to Politics as Usual, music's #1 debate podcast show discussing all things hip hop and culture related. Let's get into it, y'all. We got a good one for y'all tonight. So, top 10 hip hop artists of all time.
IV, tell them why we talking about this top 10.
We talking about the top 10, man, because this has been an ongoing debate amongst us four as brothers. We know, and we never really had this discussion. So we actually going to get into it on the show now. All of us have different criterias, but this is going to be the first time where we each individually lay out our top 10 artists. And, we're going to give like a brief explanation as to why we chose what we chose. We're going to start from 10 and work our way to 1. See? You ready?
Want me to start? All right.
Let's get into it.
All right. So, when I made my list, I had a little criteria. You had to be battle tested, longevity. Well, that determined how high you was. Everybody on my list not battle tested and all that and third. But you had to be battle tested, longevity, impact, and radio presence. All that. You know what I'm saying? Was the criteria. So I'm gonna start with 10. My 10th greatest rapper of all time is Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick put out arguably 4 classes already. Got radio presence. I would say he's battle tested, even though nobody's tested him. He's been poking at people, and people scared.
A lot.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
My number 9 is Lil Wayne.
Okay.
Longevity,
Weezy.
radio, impact, all that. Only thing he might be lacking is battle tested too.
Okay.
You know what I mean? All right. So I'm on 8. Number 8 is DMX. My 8, just impact alone, puts him in that 8 spot for me.
R.I.P. to the dog.
You know what I mean? Number 7 is LL Cool J. Battle tested like a motherfucker.
Never lost.
Longevity like a motherfucker. Radio presence like a he's high. His on my criteria, he's high on everything. So what was that, 7?
Yeah.
6 is Biggie.
Okay.
Biggie, to me, contrary to popular belief, he lacked a lot in the battle tested area. He got one of the best diss records against him ever.
But never came back.
And never came back. I mean, he's came back.
Subliminals,
you know what I'm saying? So I haven't seen him really full out outslow somebody, you know what I'm saying? So that would kind of hurt him in minds. Number 5 is Ice Cube.
Yay.
Ice Cube, battle tested, all that good stuff. Everything I'm saying.
Okay.
Number 4 is Scarface. I feel he's one of the most underrated rappers of all time. My man Face. Number 3 is H.O.V. Jay-Z. He's high on all them criteria lists and all that. Number 2 is Nas. I feel Nas is the most lyrical rapper, the best lyrical rapper ever, in my opinion. And then number 1 is Tupac Shakur. I feel if you was a mad scientist and you had to put every thing you want your rapper to be in a pot and come out with the greatest rapper, you're gonna come out with Tupac. He's charismatic, he can battle, he made lady songs, he made party songs, he made deep songs, conscious songs. The ladies loved him, dudes related to him. He was the perfect rapper to me. You know what I mean? He wasn't the most lyrical, but he wasn't not lyrical, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's why Tupac number 1 on my list.
That's a good list.
Yeah, that's actually a great ass. I'm not. I have no rebuttal. Either way, it's your list. You know what I'm saying? But that's a fire list. All right, so I guess it's on me. I got notes.
Okay,
but I'm not gonna go that deep with it. But I got a reference. But so
that nigga got a laundry list.
Yeah, 35 names on that
laundry list.
Yeah, but we only doing 10. I got my top 10, but I'm still like I gotta just reference. But I didn't really get too deep into the criteria. I think I just more so went off who's my favorites and who impacted me the most. Me.
He pulled a me move.
What?
You pulled a me move.
What you talking about? Me?
That's my move. Going against the rules.
Nah, I mean we didn't. But it was no real rules. Like it's just your list. You know what I'm saying? So for number 10, I'm gonna say Snoop Dogg, based off longevity and based off just branding. I think Snoop is, in my opinion, the most popular rapper ever. Everybody knows who Snoop Dogg is, whether you're a fan or not. You're aware of Snoop Dogg, and just his lasting power and being able to transition through different eras. You know, I got to give it up to the dog. It's tricky, man, because all right, so 9. This might be controversial, but I don't care. I got Drake. I got Drake at 9.
Wow.
Yep. I got Drake at 9 because he is battle tested.
Facts.
Hits, the boy got plenty of them.
Plenty.
He raps his ass off.
Yep.
And he's a double threat. You know what I'm saying? Triple threat, actually. He raps, sings, and he writes on both ends. So, you know what I'm saying? I think why I give it to Drake is just him being, you know, he's not the first rapper, singer combination. We've seen this before, but he took it to another level that I don't think we've seen before. So that's why he's 9. 8 of all time, I'm gonna go with Weezy. I'm gonna go with Lil Wayne, man. Whether you're a fan or not, whether you like everything that he does or not, his impact, his run, I've never seen nothing like it. His influence, especially on today's hip hop scene, is unmatched. So I gotta go with Wayne at 8. 7, I'll probably be the only person to have this person in his list, but I don't care. Y'all seen the previous episode, so you know where I'm going with this. Marshall Mathers is number 7 on my list. Eminem, To the World Over. You know what I'm saying? Again, whether you're a fan or not, that's on you. But for me, Eminem is not to be played with. And his earlier music, for me, is etched in stone. You can't touch it. You cannot touch it. Especially his first 3 albums for sure, is up there, man. And you know, yeah, he's one of one. 6, I'm going K-Dot. K-Dot is number 6 for me. You know, again, K-Dot has everything that he's dropped, you know, as far as a album has been, you know, spectacular. He's come out with nothing subpar, in my opinion. He just keeps getting better and better. So he's definitely, you know, in the conversation as one of the greats of all time. Like, he submitted, you know, regardless of how long he continues to rap, he already made his mark to me. 5, I'm going Kanye West. I'm going Kanye West because, in my opinion, Kanye West is the most important hip-hop artist. Notice I'm saying artist, not rapper. He's the most important hip-hop artist of all time. In my opinion. The way he came in and shifted music, he single-handedly took the focus off gangster rap and made it and took it in a whole another direction. And he was able to be a marriage between, you know, hardcore hip hop, or, you know, for hardcore hip hop fans, and, you know, I hate to use that term, but backpack rap. He kind of merged the two, you know what I'm saying? And made a mix. And then you had a mix, you got Kanye West. And he was just not afraid to try different things and take hip hop to a whole nother level. So for me, Kanye is 5. Now, number 4, Biggie Smalls, Notorious B.I.G. You know, that goes without saying. One of the greatest lyricists ever. Wordplay, flow, unmatched. Tone, unmatched. Probably one of the best voices in rap. just with the short catalog that he had, I mean, it speaks for itself. So I don't even got to go deep with that. 3, Nas. Again, lyricist ahead of his time. Illmatic arguably is probably the best hip hop album ever. But even outside of that, the run that he's been on recently with these bodies of work that he dropped with Hit Boy, I mean, he's still rapping his ass off and making it seem effortless, you know, late 40s, 50, you know what I'm saying? He's showing it that, you know, you can age well in hip hop. So Nas is number 3 for me. Number 2, Tupac Shakur. Tupac Shakur is number 2 on my list of if Kanye is the most important, in my opinion, Tupac is the most polarizing figure in rap. And I can say that he's definitely probably could be the most influential, depending on how you look at it. But his time and his impact while he was here, like C said, he had everything. You know what I'm saying? Charisma. The ladies loved him. The guys wanted to be him. Great songs, great poetic songs, but he was still hard. He had all of it. Talent cut too soon. So Pac, number 2. Number 1, if you know me, you already know my answer. Hove. Jay-Z is number 1 greatest rapper of all time. I don't got to go depth with that. He's my personal favorite, but if you take that out the mix, who's greater? You could have a best rapper of all time or your favorite rapper of all time, but if you want to say the greatest rapper, it's Jay-Z.
Hands down. You can't make an argument for nobody.
Sean Carter is number 1 for me.
For you.
For me.
Right.
And to be honest with you, you're going to be hard pressed to find him not in anybody's top 5, let alone top 3.
Yeah, fact.
So that's it. That's my list, y'all. Flip, it's on you.
What's going on, y'all? I switched it up. I'm going to go from 1 to 10.
Okay.
Okay, so number 1, I got Jay-Z. To me, my favorite. My criteria was just my favorite rappers. It wasn't, hey, who was the best here, best there. It was just my favorite. Who's my top 10 rapper? So I wasn't necessarily looking for different criteria. My criteria is who I like. So number 1 is Jay-Z. Number 2, I'm going with Nas. Obvious reasons. Like Ivy pointed out, Illmatic, Stillmatic, some of the greatest albums I've ever heard in my life. Great live show. Jay-Z got a great live show too, but I like Nas' live show. Number 3 is Big. Storytelling, funny punchlines, flow is crazy. Had the hits, girl songs, had the primo songs. It was crazy. Next one is Pac. Obvious reasons Pac is probably, like you said, the quintessential rapper. Did everything. Like I said, guys record, girls records. Pac was Pac. Next one is Wayne. Lil Wayne. He probably willed himself to be the greatest, the best rapper alive. Because when he first said it back in 2004, I kind of laughed a little bit. But by 2006, 7, 8, had to believe him. So Wayne right there. Next one, I'm going with Clifford Harris, T.I. T.I. was one of my favorite. I know we talk about Kanye runs, but from I'm Serious to trap music to urban legend to King, that run right there for me puts T.I. in a very, very, very high class. Next one, I'm going with Kendrick Lamar. Obvious reasons, flows, concepts on albums, Just makes great music. Next one is gonna be J. Cole. J. Cole is one of the best flows ever, and to me, his albums, for the most part, keep getting better and better. He's one of the few rappers that I think first album wasn't necessarily his best, and he's kind of progressed
Over time.
over time.
Not mad at that.
Next one, Andre 3000 / Outkast. Andre 3000 when he was when he was with that run with Outkast plus his run, that feature run from about 06 to about 2009. And last but not least, my wild card is favorite rapper is Young Jeezy. He took trap music to another level. When he came out in 05, I went to school, and every car that rolled by was playing Thug Motivation 101. I remember when Obama got elected, the recession came out, and My President is Black was like an anthem. Mm-hmm. Jeezy right there. He gave it soundtrack to my young adult life. So that's my top 10.
Guess it's on me now, huh?
Yes, sir.
Well, these are my top 10 rappers of all time. For various reasons. Not really into getting into all of them, but number one, first and foremost, would be Jay-Z. Number two would be Nas. Number three would be Tupac. 4, Andre 3 Stacks. 5, Biggie. 6, one name I didn't hear on y'all list, Rakim. Primarily because of my mother. You know, that was like one of the first like artists before, you know, my time. Not before my time, but you know, I ain't really, you know, grow up with them.
Before our time.
Yeah. She instilled that in me, playing them damn records all the time. We got K-Dot at number 7. Another name I ain't hear on nobody's list, J. Cole at number 8.
Phil said.
Oh, Phil? Okay, my bad, bro. My fault. That's my dog. I feel like I know that nigga for real. Number 9, I gotta do a little switcheroo because I got it in another order. Number 9 would be Lil Wayne for me, and then number 10 would be Ghostface. Ghostface Killer.
Tony Starks. I ain't mad at that.
Not mad at the Ghost.
Not mad at that. I'm not mad at none of these
So
lists.
all y'all got Jay-Z number 1 is the best rapper.
Jay-Z number 1.
Yeah,
I think he's my
Jay-Z.
favorite.
He's my favorite of all time.
Yeah, number 1 favorite. Oh.
Yeah, man.
Our list was actually similar, Trey. Only real difference we had was Ghostface United Jeezy. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
And you had T.I. too.
I had Tip. Who else?
Yeah.
No, you had T.I. Yeah, Rakim.
Rakim,
So
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I think
Those two
I
orders.
had the best list, but
hey man, it's subjective, you know.
talk about the best top 10, your top 10 list rappers of all time. Let's talk about maybe underrated rappers. Like we might not have it in our top 10. Oh, you might have had him in your top 10, but somebody you feel is underrated who not usually somebody like I feel like LL Cool J is underrated. I'm not gonna lie.
Come on.
I do. I feel like LL is definitely underrated, but we ain't gonna go there. You know what I mean? But,
I mean, if that's your pick, that's your
Opinion.
pick.
that's not
Yeah,
my pick. I'm
yeah.
just saying he's somebody I
But you-
feel.
okay.
Yeah, example.
But before we go any further with that, if you agree with our list or not, we want to know what y'all think.
Who
Your
had the best list?
Who had the best list? And go with our YouTube page, leave in the comments your top 10. You know what I'm saying? Interact with us. And like I said, this is a fun, ongoing debate. You know what I'm saying? There is no right or wrong. It's all subjective. So, underrated. All right, so I guess we picking one, right? We picking one like artist that we feel.
You want to like, throw names out there? We discuss.
I like names. Let's just throw names out here random. You said LL started.
I didn't want who I want to say. I want to who I want
But
to say.
you feel like
I
L.
feel he's underrated.
Hold on. Please explain. Why do you feel like
Well, yeah,
LL
I feel like Todd is
of
underrated.
all people is underrated?
Y'all see how y'all named y'all top 10 list. Nobody got me your top 10. LL if we talk about
he's in my top 20.
If we talk about criterias, he meets every he has hits for women, for guys. He's been in it since '84.
Yes.
He's been battle tested by some of the greatest rappers and never lost.
Yes.
Never lost.
Yes.
Like, if we talk about how I said about Tupac, you put that's the same could go for LL Cool J. He's like
facts.
the perfect rapper.
Very true.
And when people come out with these lists,
Very true.
LL is usually not in people's lists for some reason. I don't know why.
I'm not arguing nothing you say. I'm just playing devil's advocate here. Does LL Cool J have a classic album?
Yeah.
What?
What's the shit he on the radio? I'm Bad.
That's a classic album?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay.
You probably Google classic album.
Maybe I just gotta, cause listen, LL Cool J. Yeah, I mean, if he's in anybody's top 10, I'm not mad at it at all. Definitely one of the GOATs. He coined the term. Let's say that right now. I'm gonna just say this real quick. Hold on, Phil. Say this real quick though. LL, you know, he came out. You say he came out in '84. Had Def Jam on his back. He's synonymous with Def Jam, East Coast rap. But I didn't really get into LL to like mid '90s. So whatever that Todd Smith album that had, you know, like the Hey Lover joints and lounging, and that's around the time I really got into LL. You know, before I knew Mama Say Knock You Out, all that shit, but I won't like really vibing yet. So when I was outside and got into him, it was around that time and later on. Now that album might be, in my opinion, like up there because he had joints. You know what I'm saying? But after that, I just don't feel like he made an album that really.
Like my point,
aged well, I guess.
I think the LL Cool J process is reason why he gets underrated and looked over a lot is because he came out pre-golden era of hip hop. So a lot of people that were out pre-golden era, I'm gonna say, let's say 91, 92, get looked over a lot. The Rakim get looked over. KRS is,
he was still going in the golden era. That's
right,
but that should put him.
But because of the fact he came out beforehand, they already looked at him a certain type of way.
Right, he was already an OG. He was already an OG, but he was still competing. Like you still had to compete with LL Cool J.
Yeah.
You
No,
dropped
right.
it.
I think it's
He kind of made people. You had to move out the way. But LL about to drop in the '90s.
Facts.
You right?
In the golden era.
Right.
So you telling me somebody who was probably at his biggest probably in the '80s, no homo, probably his biggest in the '80s. Then you get to the '90s.
I don't know.
He was big.
He was
He
like,
was big.
See how you can make that? It's an argument, right?
Yeah, that's what
So
I'm saying.
why, like, if you say he dominated 2 decades,
I think for me, like I said,
that should put him in everybody's at least.
We all '80s babies in right here. We all late '80s. You know what I'm saying? As far as the time frame, we came in this world. So I'm just basing it off when I really got into music
I feel you on that.
and really was able to understand and comprehend for myself.
I can make an argument like his big,
but he was there though.
Yeah.
He was
you can
there.
make an argument in the '90s,
Right.
The fact that you can make an argument that somebody dominated 2 decades should put him in everybody's top 10 at the least.
Yeah.
He should be everybody's top 5. Be honest with you.
I mean, but the only difference between us and you is because you actually went by criteria. We went kind of by our favorite rapper.
Right.
Criteria wise, I don't really think you can argue that point at all.
You can't.
Right.
But most people come up with lists though. Not even I understand everybody did their favorites.
Yeah.
But even still, when people come up, you see people on the internet come up with lists. LL Cool J is usually not in their list.
Yeah.
Let's
That's
not
because
get
that list stuff gets it's subjective, bro. It's blurred lines in between top who truly deserve the top 10s versus who are whoever making the list.
Yeah.
I feel like the lines get blurred between who's that person's favorite and who in that person's mind truly deserves the top 10
I get
list.
all
Like,
that.
You know what I'm saying?
Names like Jay-Z, Biggie, Nas, all of them get in everybody's top 5, right?
Yeah.
And that can't be everybody's
not
favorite.
everybody's. Not everybody.
Well, you
I know
see-
some people that don't
Some
have
people-
them.
You know some
It's
people, but
majority.
the consensus is,
Majority.
you know what I'm saying?
Most hip hop outlets, but when you go around talking to people, I know a lot of people that'll say, even Tim, for example, say, hey, I don't really see the Jay-Z effect.
Right.
That's cool.
But let's-
the consensus is Jay-Z. Yeah. But LL gets left out too often, I feel like.
All
For a
right.
person
So
has
who else? Because I don't want to get lost on LL. Who else we feel like is underrated?
the person
names?
I
Give me
think
some-
when I think of
give me some more
underrated
names.
person I think is AZ. That
Okay,
like one of
that's
my
a good.
favorite
That's a
rappers
good point.
Yeah, that's the
That's a good. I like that. That's like I like. You know who I'm gonna throw in there, and he's actually a favorite of mine. And I was like, how? But if you been on him, you know, bro be saying some wild stuff. I think it's more so how he says it that throws people off. But if you really peep and you up on game, Earl Stevens, man, E40 is an underrated rapper to me.
Underrated, you think so?
Yes, Lord, E40 do not get his flowers, bro. E40 do not get his flowers, man. And like I understand why some people feel like E40, but I'm like,
Yeah,
yo,
why you feel he underrated?
E40
Let me
is
ask you that. Why you
E40 has
I feel like
sound.
I feel like E40 is underrated because he's probably one of the most original rappers that I've ever heard.
I think people give him that.
And he says a lot of things that I'm gonna coin what he said. I'm over your head like a shower nozzle. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm everywhere like space. You know what I'm saying? Like he says certain things sometimes. You be like, yo,
Is that dope though?
no,
is that good?
That's just his lingo. But if
Yeah.
you listen to what he says sometimes, you be like, yo, this motherfucker be on. It's really, I think it's just preference. Like,
Fact.
and a lot of people, especially, you know, us being located where we at, they not really up on West Coast rap. You know what I'm
Bay
saying?
specifically.
Bay specifically.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I could throw Too Short in there as being an underrated rapper. People know Too Short and they respect him, but you know what I'm saying? It's a different lingo. And like I'm
they love Too Short. Like,
yeah, but I'm open, man. I listen to a lot of different things. Like who else are we gonna throw in there? I think Corrupt is underrated.
Corrupt underrated.
That's a good name, right?
I think Corrupt is underrated.
Corrupt
I
definitely
think give me somebody from the South.
From the South, that's underrated.
I think Ludacris is underrated. I don't think Ludacris get the respect he deserves.
I think he does.
I
don't-
think he do.
I just feel like
I think people brush off Luda.
he's gotten a little inactive over the years doing other things. You know, as far as he hasn't been doing much rap, but dude,
Yeah, I don't think.
everybody know who Ludacris is, bro.
I think Scarface
Like,
is underrated.
Scarface is definitely
I
underrated.
think Scarface.
Yeah,
people
Face is
forget
underrated.
people just forget about Scarface.
That's,
That's all.
that's
That is.
underrated.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
If you ask most people, Scarface is your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. I heard Jay-Z
sure.
say that's his favorite rapper.
For
I heard
sure.
Nas say that. I heard
For sure. You know who
DMX
else get
say
that term too? Well, I don't know if it's on the level of Scarface, but I know a lot of rappers respect him. Redman.
For sure.
I can even throw Meth in there.
As
Well,
underrated.
Redman for sure.
Meth.
I don't know if Meth underrated
dude,
though.
bro.
I think people know what Meth can do when he.
Yeah.
I think
agree
they
with
respect them too, the more so as the duo. But even individually though, them brothers.
Not for
Method
sure.
Man and
Hell
Redman,
yeah,
like-
for sure.
Like I said, I don't think Meth is underrated though.
As-
I think people put respect on Meth name.
Okay,
Redman look kind of
But
goofy.
Redman
Like he got,
different.
sometimes he'll be goofy. So people
and that's
kind
the
of.
argument. That's what I was going with Ludacris. I feel like because of some of the content he put out, or for back in the day, was a little bit on the comical side. But to me, he like a down south Redman.
Yeah,
Like
I always
you know what
say
I'm
that.
saying,
Yeah, yeah.
witty, lyricism has always been there, but he's not afraid to make songs that's like funny.
Yeah.
like my boy Eminem.
But I think he was a little bigger than Red though.
Ew.
Well, yeah, from a hip
Pause.
record standpoint, yeah.
Pause.
I mean,
Luda
I know what
was.
you meant. From a hip record standpoint, yeah, man.
But,
I mean,
2022, man.
I'm gonna put most underrated
God
rapper
damn.
of all time. I'm gonna put one of my boys. Man, I put Crit, Big
Big
Crit.
Crit.
Yes, indeed.
yeah,
That's that. I think
Oh.
that's by his own doings though.
Kind of, sort of.
yeah. Crit has a cult following. You know what I'm saying? And you really, if you know about Crit, then you definitely a fan of his where he gets it from, the UGKs, the Outkast, Dungeon Family. Like that's how you understand Crit. But I'm gonna keep it right there with you, Phil.
Bun B.
Nah, I don't think Bun B. I think Bun B get his flowers.
That boy, yeah.
I don't think, and Phil had this guy in his top 10, and this is my favorite group of all time.
3 Stacks.
Boy,
Oh, Big Boy.
Outkast is my favorite group, and I don't like to split them up. That's the only reason Stacks won't in my top 10.
Right.
I don't think Big Boy is big. People leave Big Boy
I
out,
agree
and that
with that.
burns
Yeah.
me up
I definitely
because
agree
as great as 3 Stacks is, if you listen to them Outkast album, he keep like Big Boy is keeping up, bro.
Sometimes
and
outside,
like
sometimes.
I think the major difference between the two is on features, Stacks would outshine everybody on the track most of the time.
on features. Yeah.
On features, and Big Boy was kind of a lot of times on those.
Andre
features.
is a big
Big don't do a lot of
personality.
features.
He had big presence on the song.
You said what now?
I don't think Big do a lot of features.
He was doing features about the time.
Big Boy.
Big Boy.
Not compared to Drayden, not to
Not
me.
like 3 Stacks.
Yeah,
he was on quite a few.
3 Stacks he was more in
I'm
demand.
talking about like important remixes.
I'm talking about the '90s. He was on remixes. I mean, he was on not necessarily remix, but he was on songs by himself.
Yeah.
Like he was on with Missy. He was on the songs with
All in my grill.
All in my grill.
Yeah.
Eve. That was him. But say for example, what's the other cast from Atlanta?
Youngbloods.
Youngbloods, 85 record. Like that.
Okay.
They're good songs, but
I'm talking about them big songs though.
Yeah, Drake got a bigger look.
Dre was on the radio.
but he,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
that's what separated the two for me.
Okay.
I think 3 Stacks got like a
I
presence.
just don't like Big Boy to be left out, man.
Nah,
'Cause
he's
like, you know what I'm
definitely
saying?
underrated.
It's like yin and yang for
Yeah,
me.
he definitely
Did we cut? Who is anybody we
Anybody
missing?
else? Trey, you got anybody on your list?
Nah, not really, bro. Well, somebody new. I mean, we talked about a lot of cats that's been out for a minute, but somebody's just kind of new that don't really get the shine that she deserves. My girl Rhapsody.
Okay.
My boy.
Yeah,
Thank you.
underrated.
Thank you.
They
can't no hold.
they
Thank
love
you.
they love.
Nah, so we not finna do that. We not going back.
Gotta put a little respect on her name, bro.
We got to.
So she got it. She got it. I don't know what the hell.
And if
wrong
you
with-
ain't up on Rhapsody, I don't know where you been. If you need to be put on game, go listen to Kendrick Lamar to Pimp a Butterfly, track number 12, Complexion, and you'll understand why Rhapsody, she underrated for sure.
Definitely.
Any other females
definitely.
Females.
that's underrated?
That's underrated.
Yeah,
I think the Brat underrated.
Let me open up the brain. It's a
Brat.
couple of
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not mad at
I think
that.
the Brat.
the Brett.
The Brett.
Funkified.
Yeah,
She the first.
I
female
think-
bro. Who was I listening to the other day?
I think
man?
Mia X is
I
underrated.
felt like was underrated.
I don't know.
I think Mia X is underrated. Mia X is a pioneer in the South. I know a lot of people give Trina her flowers and stuff like that, but before Trina in the South, to me, Mia X.
Okay.
I mean,
I think Silk the Shocker. Nah, man.
Bubba Sparks. Nah,
Yeah, Silk the Shocker. Silk the Shocker would be the most underrated rapper that doesn't rap on tempo.
he's the most
that's the only
unorthodox.
That's the
rapper.
only
Come up with-
category
if
that he
come
would
up with the
fall
worst
under, bro.
rappers. I think Silk on this.
The worst.
We got to do that.
You really-
We got to do.
really?
That's gonna be the next.
Yeah, he's definitely.
He up
Damn,
there.
bro.
dog.
I got 2 names off the top.
But
of my
bro
head.
got so many hits though, bro. Like
Do we?
so many.
yeah, dog.
so many.
He
got
got
like
enough.
three.
It's enough. It's
I can
enough.
count
I ain't
about
gonna say
2
so many,
or 3.
bro.
I feel like he's riding
Hey,
the wave though.
bro. Growing
He
up,
was
definitely
growing
riding
up.
the wave.
He's riding the wave. It's like with G Unit. Anything G Unit put out, they was gonna win. Silk was with No Limit. With anything they put out, they was just gonna win. It just is what it like.
Hey,
You
bro.
listen to Silk. I'm not trying to hear that shit, man.
I mean, I agree. His rap style is way unorthodox. It's crazy. But bro had
I got a second name on that.
I ain't gonna
guess
put him on the worst
they
rappers list, bro. I can't.
Can't put him on the worst.
It's way too many, nigga. It's way too many rappers.
Give me one.
Fucking Blueface, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
he that Silk.
He's
that
a
Silk
when
the
you
Shock-
think-
he's a child of Silk the Shocker.
Basically, basically.
Child of Silk the Shocker.
I mean, we could talk about that more, but I'll say that. For another
we
episode.
definitely got to do. We got to
It's
do
a
a
lot
worst
of
rappers list.
Yeah, it's definitely
That's
it's a
next.
lot of
That's right.
rappers and trash.
That's coming up.
Cause
A
Silk,
ton of
Silk
rappers
going there
trash.
for me. He
right.
1 or 2.
That's bad. We're gonna do that. But I think we pretty much covered.
Any more
Underrated.
underrated people? I feel Ghostface underrated. I feel Ghostface
think so?
underrated. Yeah.
Out of all the Wu though,
I
They-
think Ghost and Ray,
Nah, in the
they
Wu-
get theirs.
In
Ghost
the
and
Wu,
Ray.
they get this, but I'm saying the grand scheme of things. Like when you think of the Wu, you probably think of Math, Raekwon, Ghost.
Inspector Deck is
He's
underrated.
underrated. I don't know if I'll say
Deck was
underrated.
tough.
He
though.
that, like how you asked me about LL, like what classic album Inspector Deck got?
He don't, but I think just from the Wu cuts, like he
Yeah.
stands out. Like
Yeah,
when he
facts,
come
facts,
on,
facts,
like
facts, yeah.
you know what I'm saying. It ain't like I would just bring up the classic album for L, but it's different things. Like, it's man, with somebody else that I was gonna mention. I'm sorry, I forgot, but it's a lot of rappers that can be deemed underrated. I guess it's just more so depends on what you.
To me, AZ amplifies underrated.
Yeah, that was
That's
a
the
good-
person that when anybody say underrated, because to me he on par with Nas. Like anytime he was on a song with Nas, he might have bodied Nas on a couple of songs. Nas in everybody top 5. You know what I mean?
what's my guy that was with Nori?
Capone?
Capone. Y'all think he underrated?
He not that.
Nah.
I like for real. I like Nature and ᴘᴏʟʟᴛɪᴄධᴢ. I was into them type dudes like ᴘᴏʟʟᴛɪᴄධᴢ, Nature. They was straight.
Y'all think Hove little man underrated?
Bleak.
What?
Bleak is definitely underrated.
Oh, Bleak.
Bleak is definitely underrated.
Who you thought was talking about?
You said Hove. I didn't hear it.
No, I said Hove little man.
Bleak is definitely
Oh,
underrated.
okay. Yeah, I mean Bleak.
Definitely underrated.
Yeah,
Definitely
Bleak
underrated.
got some verses.
Yeah, I guess he falls in that.
You, me, him, her verse.
Yeah.
Bleak got like y'all was a little disrespectful in our
Don't
group chat when
get
we
it.
talk about
Come with it.
he
Folk
go
friends
against
of
Joel
the man,
Santana. Like I put up a
I
Bleak.
missed that
A
comment.
lot of people forget about Bleak hits. He got nicest verses. He got his own catalog. Maybe because I don't know. Maybe where I'm from, like we was bumping Bleak when he was
No,
that guy.
that's you right though.
Bleak was that guy.
I was just listening to coming of age the other day.
It's a reason
Yeah,
why
that
Hov
verse.
was like he the next one
Yeah.
up. You know what I mean?
He
It's
just
a
ain't.
reason
He just
saying
ain't.
It just never clicked.
Yeah.
that. He
Never
never
clicked.
Like,
never
he
could
clicked.
adjust.
He just ain't get to that height.
He
but
couldn't
was-
adjust. Like when shit started switching up, he still rapped the same, had the same flow.
Right.
So he couldn't switch it up. He like a Cassidy or somebody. Like Cassidy, another one to me, had a lot of
Underrated?
potential. Because
Underrated?
Nah,
You think so?
Nah, he ain't underrated.
Nah, he not.
Bleak is though, cause a lot of people laugh at Bleak. Like you mentioned Bleak, like he
Bleak ain't no. He ain't no. He won't no laughing matter.
Bleak serious, man.
Cool. All right, guys. Well,
We're gonna wrap this up.
all right, guys. Well,
Crazy.
well. Speaking of clocks,
What?
y'all was taking too long, man. I'm taking up.
I'm out, bro.
So who? All right.
Says about
So speaking of underrated rappers and stuff like that,
Oh my god.
let's switch it up. Let's do a 180. Who do y'all think is on the clock? By on the clock, I mean who's had a buzz, hype, or some type of success that we haven't heard from in a while.
that we haven't heard from in a while.
That we haven't heard from in a
You
while.
gotta give us an example.
Yeah. Who's on the clock?
Who would be on the clock?
I think I got it.
When you say on the clock, like time is ticking for them. Like they
No, not necessarily. We just waiting on them. Like for example, Kendrick was on the clock before this year.
so somebody we anticipating.
Maybe on
but they ain't dropped in a while.
Then
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. I mean, is anybody coming to your mind right off?
right off
don't
the
really
top
have
of
no.
my head.
What about the baby?
Trying to think.
The baby is definitely on the clock.
I'm not anticipating the baby at all. Okay.
What about Lil Baby?
I don't give a damn about the baby.
He coming.
Were you anticipating it, right?
Yeah.
No, not
bit.
really.
No.
When he dropped, I listen to it, but I'm not.
Yeah, it's not.
I'm not checking Apple Music every day for Lil Baby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't think it's nobody that really got.
Yeah, ain't nobody for
Like
me, bro.
really, I mean, before like Kendrick, I was waiting on that. He came, he delivered.
Nobody in hip hop anyway. For me, I ain't really checking for a lot of hip hop albums.
Yeah,
Anticipate.
What about it's a lot of talk going on that Hov about to drop something.
you know what? With Hov being my guy, I'm always gonna be ears and ready for a whole release. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's a song or album, project, whatever. But in my mind, in my book, I'm good. Like he's giving me, I'm good. Like he don't have to drop no more, and I'm good. I would just be good with guest verses or, you know, whenever he feel like doing that. But albums, I'm content. But if he wants to keep going, I'm
King's
ready.
Disease 3.
You
Definitely
know,
King's Disease 3.
you know what I'm looking forward to?
I'm definitely,
Yeah,
I'm definitely
KD3
looking
for
forward
sure.
to that.
Yeah.
And even with Nas, if he wanted to say, "Hey, after King's Disease 3, I'm done," job well done.
I'm looking forward to this Clips album whenever they come out.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to that Clips
I
album.
like that. I like that.
And since we talking about the Clips, I'm looking forward to the Justin Timberlake project because, you know, he apparently been in the studio with Tim. He been in the studio with Pharrell and, you know what I'm saying, Chad Hugo. I'm always looking forward to a album that Timberland or Neptune's got something to do with.
Okay.
I'm gonna match that, but see you.
Y'all all had Wayne. They
Carter
top
6.
10.
Yeah, he just announced that.
Announced
Yeah.
like dropping Carter 6.
But I'm not looking forward to it. I'm not anticipating it though because honestly,
Yeah, Wayne's album.
his newer
recently,
projects ain't been. They cool,
I'm
but
gonna
they
check
ain't
it
really-
out, but
Yeah.
he ain't dropped
Although,
a cohesive body of work since 3. Carter 3 to me.
So y'all just ain't waiting for shit.
I'm waiting for Carter 6.
You waiting for Carter.
I'm waiting for Carter 6. And because of the fact that his feature run outside of maybe Cole's in the last year or two, Wayne been Wayne been getting niggas the fuck out the paint. So
Suddenly.
I'm waiting for that card at 6.
I ain't mad at that. Subtly.
Yeah.
I'm a rival what Trey said because he brought up Justin Timberlake, and that's we a hip hop show, but we dive in all things culture. You know what I'm saying? Music related. I'm gonna say Usher, man. I want an Usher
Suck
album.
your teeth for.
I want an Usher album.
Sure.
Cause we
I want an Usher album.
because we live in this society where one can't be mentioned without the other one coming up.
Well, no,
Why the fuck we?
because
Usher?
you sparked the you
So if
you sparked the
Why
right
you
that
think
activated the
about
left and right today.
all right, whatever.
Yeah, you activated the left and right brain. Nigga, you said Justin Timberlake. I'm like,
Usher coming up with an album.
it's supposed to. I mean, it's supposed to be.
Bang.
It was supposed to be come out. Yeah, but
When was the last
Confessions.
fire ass Usher album that came out to you?
he actually had because everybody get hung up on Confessions, and I get it. It's his diamond. It's like his Thriller. I
Yeah,
get it.
he didn't came out with some shit since then.
I really liked not the one right after that. Here I Stand was cool, but I liked that Raymond vs. Raymond. I thought that was a dope album. That was
Came
like
out with
2000.
one.
was that the joint executive produced by Polo the Don?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the
joint
one I was-
That album was
that
fire.
dope. Yeah.
That was like
that was dope.
2010s,
That shit was
2011.
Yeah.
Then he started getting into like, dance music and stuff after that. EDM. After that, that was it for me.
Okay.
But I know because I'm hyped because I know he got the sauce. He JD gonna be, Brian Michael Cox. He got them people behind him on this one. So I'm like, all right, let's do it.
How
boy.
fresh
Because-
those is though. We talking about Brian Michael Cox. You talking about JD.
And they just dropped the joint with
the
Vision, man.
That joint was to me it was trash.
Bro, I'm gonna be
It's
honest with you.
being talked about.
I love B Cox,
Oh,
but JD. Hey, like I said, it's 2022. I'm comfortable within myself. I ain't got to do that.
B
pause
Cox,
crap.
Brian Michael
Yeah,
Cox,
Thank you,
y'all.
thank you.
sound like you said.
B Cox as a producer. B Cox as a producer is fire. Like,
That's Cox
bro, for
COX.
him, Dog Child. I mean, it's a couple of them. I can go all
They
day.
are definitely legends,
Bro,
I'm just saying. Like,
But JD,
What are you saying?
I'm not a fan, bro. I've never been a fan of JD.
Wow.
Respect,
I mean,
I respect
respect
his.
his pen. Like,
I
he write these songs.
No, I'm just
write and
on a
produce.
production
Yeah.
on a production standpoint. I ain't saying nothing about his writing skills. Like he a beast with writing, but just the beats they don't do nothing for me, bro.
Okay.
I've not just never really been into it, bro. So I'm not looking forward to anything he's producing for Usher in the future or any other
You
artist.
like the Confessions?
The Confessions was the album
Well,
or just
yeah,
that
but-
single?
The album.
Yeah.
JD
it
ain't
was
to be
He
clear.
wrote a
JD
lot of
didn't
it.
do. He
Okay,
didn't produce
let me-
that. though.
let me-
Produced and wrote a lot of it.
Let me go back. Rap beats for rap songs.
Well, yeah, his
Yeah.
specialty is more R&B.
Yeah.
His
I
specialty is more
understand.
R&B.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That's why
But
when everybody was talking about the potential verses with him and Puff, it's like I get it. It makes sense. Bad Boy, So Def, but it makes more sense if it was just focused on like
R&B.
R&B and remixes. Once Diddy go into a hip hop lane, JD came. He came.
I think.
Yeah.
He can hold water though.
No.
He can tread
he
water.
could do a little
Diddy?
bit,
Huh?
but not with the Bad Boy hip hop shit.
He
Nah.
can tread water enough to get back into the R&B boat. He don't have to win these rounds. He just has to tread.
I
And
think.
then once he gets into his R&B lane, I think,
rap songs did he got.
and I think
And
you don't have to.
majority of them got Biggie on
Gonna
it.
play Bow
Like,
Wow against fucking All About the Benjamin.
I mean, he got a couple Jay-Z records he can play.
Bow Wow.
He got money in the thing.
He got a couple. I mean,
That's
Shad
not doing
Moss.
shit with. Yeah, come on, man.
he's got to tread water. Then we
can't
play with.
tread. You got
and then he
Biggie.
comes.
Hopefully that happens. I'm speaking that up. Hopefully that does
He
happen.
comes with the Mariah records, the Usher records.
Yeah, R&B, yeah, for sure.
yeah.
Not no rap. That's what we talking about. Rap. Not at all.
So hold on, let's get back though. All right, so we ain't no rappers or nobody on the clock. Well, you said who we feel like
the
we
clock.
anticipate. So
Anybody? How about this? What about rappers that you guys think that are in the freezer? Freezer meaning like.
in the freezer.
So, for example, like they're trying to get a buzz. They put stuff out. It's just not connected.
Nothing's connected.
Nothing's connected.
You know who in the freezer? Rick Ross.
Whoa.
Wow.
Ross
That
is
was
in the freezer.
that was a strong one. That was
Okay.
Ross is definitely in the freezer.
Hey, why you think that?
Ross just put out an album. You can't name that one song off that motherfucker.
Well, I can name one, but that I do agree that that album won.
I know where you're going with
that
it.
album
Yeah,
won.
it won.
Yeah.
Okay. I think since we said
But
Ross,
can that be? It can't be a case of just a bad album.
It's been like that for like the last 2-3 albums.
No, bro. Port of Miami 2 won't bad.
that was 18, right?
Yeah, that was before this one. That was before the most recent one.
No, I thought he had one in between.
Yeah,
Port of Miami.
After Port of Miami, then this one. I thought.
Not that I know of. You sure?
Well,
I could check. I mean,
the
check.
thing with Ross is like is constantly. I ain't gonna say constantly, but he been actively putting out singles and
Yeah,
he just not.
He floods the market with music. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
And nobody's really gravitating to it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't put out shit with Freddie Gibbs. Like he got a couple singles with like Freddie Gibbs. He had Jasmine Sullivan and 21 Savage on the single.
Port of Miami 2, and then that was 19, and then Richer Than I Ever Been came on at 21.
How much did Port of Miami 2 sell?
I think it's got to also do with.
Actually, I think I'm thinking about the one, not Port of Miami. I'm thinking about the one before that, Rather You Than Me. That's what I'm thinking about. But
Ross put out a lot of filler albums.
I was about to say, I don't think he's priority on the major anymore.
Nah, yeah.
So like that kind of has a big effect to it.
yeah,
He in the freezer. That's why he ain't bring. You know who about to be in the freezer? And I hate to say it, Meek, man.
Meek about to be in
Big
the
Mill.
Meek already in the freezer.
Nah, you rilling.
Yeah, Meek been in the freezer since championship. Meek been in the.
He ain't done that since championships though, bro.
Yes.
That's not fair.
Yes,
Oh yeah, he did.
Yes, he has.
You right.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
whole album.
the shit just been a dud.
You right.
The shit been a dud.
You right.
Ever since championship.
You gotta
Yeah.
relax.
Yeah.
You gotta
Bro.
chill. You had to chill.
Okay.
You think Meg in the freezer?
Who?
Meg Stallion.
Hell no.
Nah, I don't think she.
That last
Nah.
bro,
I
she
don't know why
just
you
dropped.
say that, man.
That shit
You
dope.
know-
And this joint that she just dropped,
Yeah,
getting a lot
crazy.
of critical acclaim on
Yeah,
it.
that's
yeah.
dope.
And I checked it out. She got some joints on there.
Meg's definitely not in the freezer.
I don't. I think. I mean, and these guys. I mean, I think Gucci. I think Gucci in the freezer. Been in the freezer. I think Jeezy been in the freezer.
Jeezy, yeah.
I
Jeezy
think
definitely
Tip, I
first.
think
Gucci
Tip
now.
is approaching the freezer.
Who?
Tip.
Wow.
But you know what? Actually,
in
going back to I do want to hear this this final album. He say he gonna come. The He Who Wears the Crown or The King Is Dead or some shit like that. It's supposed to be his last album.
He in the freezer.
Tip in the freezer. Okay. Well, if he do come out with another
All right, so look, let's do this. Because I feel like it's not fair for us to say artists are in the freezer who aren't putting their all into music right now, right? Now, Rick Ross, he is music. He ain't doing shit else. He ain't in no. I mean, he was in. He was in coming
shit going on.
But all right, not talking about his business ventures. I'm just talking about like comparing Rick Ross to like who would you say was in the freezer?
Tip.
Literally just Tip is a comedian now. He's putting his effort into comedy, right? Like he writing material for his comedy. He taking tours for comedy.
Which is comedy.
Why-
Rick Ross
comedy
though.
in
Why
itself.
you think Tip is going to comedy?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe because
He's
it's
in the freezer.
bro.
And before comedy, he was doing
If you let
podcasts.
him if you
Before
let him
comedy, he was doing podcasts.
I mean, yeah, but
Because he in the freezer.
But you can do a podcast.
You think he was
those two can coexist.
If you think he was actively putting out hits, like his shit was hit, you think he'd be doing comedy? No, I'm gonna answer.
if he really wanted to.
No, he wouldn't.
If you say if he was
He
sitting in
ain't
front of you right now and you ask him that question, he'll say the same shit I'm saying,
and I say you lying.
and he'll probably smack your ass.
Because when he was putting out hits, he wasn't doing nothing else but music.
Yeah.
That shit get in the freezer. Oh, now he a comedian.
So you think he doing this shit because he was in the freezer, not
For sure.
okay? I mean that's
For
fair.
sure.
That's
I
fair.
think
He
that
got
your
definitely-
example to
he
me.
definitely not on the level that he once was.
That's
I agree with that wholeheartedly. But
Your example of like focusing on other stuff, I think that applies more to Ross. I think Ross is in so many businesses. Music is his last like thing he thinks about. That's
Yeah.
the least amount of income.
I guess.
You see the cow.
But he ain't doing like his
see the cows.
those other businesses not requiring his like time. Like I mean not time because I'm sure he's like in meetings and doing other shit. I'm talking about like making albums require time in the studio,
Yeah, I
writing
feel
music
you.
and shit like that. The other shit he got going on don't necessarily require that
My
type
thing
of time.
is he feel like I can't speak. I'm going to speak for him. Fuck it. I feel like he don't want to give his time to it because he's not getting as much as back from it as he probably used to. So this is over here is giving me this checkers and wing stops and everything over here. I'm gonna concentrate on getting more land, getting more real estate.
More fucking animals.
While
and shit.
I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna motherfucking write a whole
biggest
bunch of songs.
Look at
house
my
in
bear.
Atlanta, man.
Look at my bear.
You know what I'm saying? He ain't thinking about no rounds, man. But yeah, okay.
But Meek is close to the freezer, man. Meek got put out. He got to get back.
Well, they say he working on something with Drama, Gangsta Grill. So hopefully that
You think 50 Cent in the freezer? Is that why he doing Power?
Yes, he been in the freezer. It's like,
But 50's clever though. He I don't think obviously he's not focused on music, but so much. But every show he creates, he comes with that theme.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's his way of still creating some type of music in order to further promote the show. So that from that aspect is genius.
Yeah, he definitely he resurged everything with the TV thing. Like he doing his thing with the TV.
Yeah, he can't be touched.
You know, and
Green
it's
light
like
game.
like in the spirit of TV shows and everything that's going on. It's funny, you know, when I think about 50, I think about all the people that he done went at in the past, and obviously his number one enemy.
I know where you're going with this.
Yeah. Number one enemy has been that of Ja Rule and the rest of Murder Inc. Records.
It's murder.
And of course, right now, you know what I'm saying, Irving Lorenzo, better known as Irv Gotti, got the interview out there with Drink Champ, as well as his episode, his documentary series on BET.
Murder Inc.
His Tale series, everything. You know, dude got a lot
He
going
out
on
here.
right
Murder
now.
Inc. is outside.
Sure.
Irv Gotti's outside.
So had me thinking like Murder Inc. like the impact on the game, like how, what do y'all think? Like, was Murder Inc. really like? Because watching the documentary, I'm seeing a lot that I really didn't realize back when they were doing it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And to me, I feel like they was one of them. They was like up there with Death Row.
Murder Inc. definitely had a Murder Inc. definitely had
You know
a
what
run.
I'm saying? Yeah.
Murder
like,
Inc. definitely had a run. Anybody that's gonna sit right here,
the impact, sales wise, all that, bro. You gotta
don't
cut.
act foolish.
Yeah,
man.
look
don't
at his face though, bro.
Listen, man.
with Death Row.
Bro,
Listen.
yeah, dog. Like the new age.
We
the new
talked
age
about this
Death Row.
before. We already talked about this before. But Death Row run was what?
Let me cut.
We'll say 90.
No. Let me nip it in the bud right now.
boy.
Okay.
Murder Inc. didn't have a run.
Yes.
Ja Rule had a run.
What?
No.
And
Ashanti?
So that's Murder Inc.
Lloyd?
Murder Inc. got about 5.
Lloyd?
Hey, what's black Cadillac?
Bro,
tie?
we not. Yeah,
but we not-
they
count
all
that.
part-
But every label got somebody that you
Yeah.
be like, all
Ja
right.
Rule had
you
a
know what
run.
I'm saying?
Ja Rule had a run.
Yeah, but he
Ashanti had a
represented
run.
Murder Inc.
You talking
Lloyd
about
had a
Vita?
run.
What was Vita? What was Black?
Yeah, it was Cadillac tie.
Like it's like
Yeah.
10 other.
It was
people
only
at
3
Death Row.
people that really didn't.
It's like 2
have a run
people
after that.
on Murder Inc. who had a run.
Nas was almost on Murder Inc.
They talking who almost did what? You know what I mean?
Nas, remember they made that
My
song?
head is
Nas,
actually my-
Nas was like, it's murder. Nas was almost on Murder Inc. No, but
That was horrible.
So how do y'all feel about Murder Inc. as a record label? How do y'all feel about the impact that they may or may not have had on the game?
listen, man, we not finna act like Murder Inc. didn't have hits
Ja
out here
Rule
in
had
these
hits.
streets. Mainly Ja Rule, then
Only
Ashanti
in the-
after,
Ja
then
Rule and
Ashanti after
Ashanti.
that. But like they had a sound. I mean, people that was going. Fat Joe went to them for a
Ja
sound.
Rule had a
Mary
sound.
J went to
I
them
had to
for a
stop saying
sound.
Murder Inc. Ja Rule had his sound.
Irv Gotti had a sound.
Ja Rule.
Irv Gotti had a
Ja
sound. And his
Rule had his
producer.
sound.
Irv Gotti had a sound before
No.
Murder Inc. though.
Yeah,
I mean,
And it wasn't popping
Um,
before Murder Inc.
Nah,
Shit, the hell it won't.
yeah, it was.
The hell it won't.
That's why he was. That's why he was A&R and
That's why they gave him the. That's why they gave him the label deal.
Nobody was looking for the Irv Gotti sound.
That's why he overseen DMX's first 2 albums.
Facts.
That's why he had something to do with Hard Knock Life 2. You know what I'm saying?
And nobody was like, "Yo, give me that that Irv Gotti sound." Ever in life.
Oh, that's how he got the label. Are you watching Will you watch the doc?
Hey
If I
guys,
make a doc about me, it's
Hey.
gonna say, "Yeah, I was
do me a
shit,
favor.
Bruh.
But
when you get home tonight, bro, before you go to bed, just watch the first 2 episodes of the doc.
on,
Son,
man. You
ask
can't-
people in hip hop.
Just
watch the doc.
Ask any rapper whoever walked into a label or sat down in the studio.
Jay, they had the biggest.
Yo,
They had the
give me
biggest
that
pop
Irv
artist.
Gotti sound.
They had the biggest pop artist in J Lo go to them for arguably her biggest hits.
They
Brother,
went to Ja Rule.
brother C,
I-
brother
I-
C,
I-
brother C, brother C. Just watch the doc. Just watch the doc, bro. Everything
Watch
you,
the doc, brother.
everything you
Irv
denying
Gotti.
right now, all the
Listen.
questions, it's all answered in the
Listen.
doc.
Murder Inc., brother. Watch the doc, brother.
Ja,
Man, I'll
Watch
put it
the
like
dog.
this. They
Never better, brother.
Ja Rule had.
The impact is there. Oh my God, bro. They had a good run, but their sound to me wasn't a hip hop head's sound. It was more of a pop sound.
Yeah, nobody said that.
It was a commercial.
It was a
sound.
commercial sound.
Yeah,
So
that
therefore-
is facts. That's all facts.
So therefore, they're not going to get the love that some of the other labels got in the long run. In the short run, when you were in it, there might not have been a label that was bigger than them during that time period. However, but when you look back at it, because y'all was singing them love songs, he had J-Lo, he had
Before his time.
Ashanti, he had all
I'm
these
not
people
even
there.
mad at that. My thing is,
It just doesn't look the same as somebody who was doing something else at a different time who had real rappers there.
I'm not even.
It just doesn't look the same.
My thing is, y'all keep Murder Inc. as conglomerate, a rap conglomerate to say they on death row level. And
I never said that.
I didn't say you said that.
I
said Ja Rule. I give Ja Rule for sure had a run for sure. All these other rappers on Murder Inc. None of them had a run. So you can't be like, oh, this.
So nobody had a run but Ja
rapper
Rule.
on Murder,
But Ja Rule.
but Ja Rule. No rapper.
Nobody else.
No rapper on Murder Inc. had a run.
Nobody else, bro.
No rapper.
But if
But
everybody,
but it wasn't just a rap label. It was obviously they had R&B artists. So I'm asking you again. He was the only artist on that label that had a run. That's it.
Only
Just
rap,
Ja Rule.
only rap artist.
I'm not asking you rap.
Ashanti had a run.
Okay,
too.
because it wasn't a rap label.
And-
We're not talking about rap.
We talking about labels.
Murder Inc.
We talking about Murder Inc.
Yes,
is a
the
label.
label.
Just talking about their
And
impact.
Ja Rule was is the person on that label. Is
He ran that shit.
He ran it.
But he was not the
you
only one
take
who had
Ja
a run.
Rule off that label, we're not talking about Murder Inc. at all.
I get that. But you take a lot. You can say that with a lot of people.
Yeah, you take
I
DMX
guess-
off Rough
You can
Riders.
say
You
that
talking
about
about
Death Row, so don't put him up there with Death Row.
I never never said that
you
with Death
can't
Row.
say that about Death Row. Or you
You
can't.
can't say that about Death Row.
If you take
who? Take just one person.
there's two artists.
No, one.
No.
No.
Well,
No.
okay. If
No.
you take Snoop Dogg from Death Row,
So
it's not the same
Tupac
Death Row.
is the biggest seller.
Hold up. But you can switch it out. If you take Tupac from Death Row, it's not the same.
You was talking
Nah,
about
it would have.
you stupid
And
Dr.
y'all-
Dre.
and
Are
no,
you
hell,
crazy?
no, we're not doing Dr.
No,
Dre.
we're not
saying
doing that.
Dr. Dre.
Dr. Dre. No.
Yeah.
No.
No,
We're not
because
doing
Dr.
that.
Dre.
No.
Yeah, we're not saying Dr. Dre.
Sound. That's sound. And
We're not
he
saying
brought
Dr.
the
Dre.
music. As a rapper, no.
Dr. Dre.
He brought
No.
the Chronic.
He put
He
one
brought
album.
the
He
Chronic.
put one
In the
album
Chronic.
out on Death Row,
Snoop Dogg.
right?
It don't matter.
He put one
He had
album
the-
out on
And
Death
the
Row.
Chronic.
He had the best album. He had the best album on there. What
And
you
the
mean?
Chronic ain't shit without Snoop Dogg.
Okay, but you made it seem like I mean,
So
Listen,
back to my point.
No, your
If you
point is
take Snoop
trash.
Dogg
No,
off Death
bro.
Row,
Listen. What?
if you take Snoop Dogg off Death Row,
And
it's not the
And
same.
you keep Dr. Dre and Tupac? Are you sick in the head?
Well, you
Tupac
ain't
wouldn't
gonna
even
keep
care.
Dr. Dre because his ass
Don't
left.
forget Dog Pound's the platinum
Dr. Dre
selling
created
group
his
too.
own shit.
Dog Pound is his platinum selling group too.
Bro, yeah, but they come on, bro. They no.
Yeah,
If you take Snoop,
Dog
they
Pound
with
wasn't-
him.
Come on.
They going with
All right,
him.
back to the back.
Hold on.
Everybody that was there.
And look what the
because
fuck I
the
just
artist
started.
was
Look what I just
Y'all
started.
going to sit here
Look
and
what I just
discredit
started.
Dog Pound who's a
I'm not discrediting
No,
Dog
nobody's
Pound. No,
bro,
don't put
bro,
no, don't do that.
Come on, discredit.
I'm not discrediting
Oh,
Dog
Y'all
Pound.
say, yeah, but they wasn't that. But y'all
No.
gonna talk about fucking Murder Inc. who had fucking Cadillac Tie, fucking Vita, fucking Black Child,
Hey.
and discredit fucking Dog Pound.
Ain't
Hey,
nobody
you.
discrediting no Dog Pound.
So
bro.
don't scoff it, bro. No,
Ain't nobody
Dog
discrediting no
Pound.
Dog
Well, all
Pound.
right. The whole
I'ma do
radio
it.
from
That
99
sound right, wild as shit.
to 2002 was saying murder the whole goddamn time.
It was Ja Rule saying it.
That's fine. Ja Rule, Ashanti, whole nine.
J-Lo,
J-Lo.
ain't it funny?
Cool. It's all that's there. They were on the top of the hour on radio during that time period the whole time. So
They was
had a run.
dominating radio.
They dominated radio. So we know we get technically you're right. However, the label itself was on the radio the whole time. So
You see how easy it was to get him out the paint?
Hey, listen.
It was easy to get him out the paint.
Hey,
I
listen.
mean,
Because it's just Ja Rule. You take Ja Rule to take the head of it, you never heard from Murder Inc. again.
I mean, the fans had something to do with that too, though.
Man, by the time Feds come, they was done. 50 Cent, and y'all really going, y'all just
Bro.
saying anything.
It ain't
Go
just
ahead.
50. It's
So-
50. It's a mix up. It's a
You
it's
ask
a mix of
anybody
that.
that know anything about rap, they would tell you 50 Cent killed Murder
He
Inc.
He did.
By the
I
time
mean,
the Feds came,
He did.
Ja
but
Rule was done.
He did, but that's not. What is that?
But that's
that has everything to
I'm
do with
trying to
Murder Inc.
understand why we're talking about the impact that the record label fucking
And
had
I'm
on
saying
the
they
game,
didn't have
bro.
a big impact. They so easy to get killed and get what
Bro,
Death Row
what the
only
fuck.
Calm down.
because when I say shit, it's like, what does that got to do anything? If they such a big impact,
Irrelevant shit, man.
We not talking about Death Row.
We
talking
know,
about Murder
we know
Inc.
what 50 Cent did, bro. I mentioned the fact, like, talking
So
about
that
the
has
nigga.
to do with the impact.
Right, but we talking about, bro.
You
We
asked
talking
me
about when
the
them
impact,
niggas was
and I'm
hot
saying
and
the
they was
impact
doing.
You asked me about the impact, and I said the impact is not that big. If
Okay.
it's that easy for somebody to just get him out of there.
Okay, bro. All right. So I say he had. I said they had a hell of an impact.
I agree with Trey. I think Murder Inc. definitely had a hell of an impact before things went down. They was dominated for a certain length of time. Like that's all we saying. And if you watch the documentary, you know what I'm saying, on BET and relive those times, you'll be able to understand why we saying that. You know what I'm saying? We're not saying they the best hip hop label all the time.
I mean, I lived through it.
Please go watch the doc.
Like,
Watch the
we all
doc.
live
Nah, it
what
just-
the hell, like,
This y'all didn't know.
Don't come on here comment.
Why
on
is y'all?
something.
Why
Go
y'all
watch
think
the doc
so
first.
I'm not getting it.
impactful?
it just reminded you.
For me,
Why? What made you feel like they so impactful? What about the doc?
Watch the doc, bro.
I watched the doc. What about the? I know what everything in the doc. I seen it. I know it. It's nothing on the doc that made me be like, oh my god. It was
sonically
so
for me,
impactful.
I get the hits, the impact, etc.
Right.
They weren't for me. Sonically.
That's respectful.
Fine.
Sonically,
If
sonically,
it
they
won't
weren't
for
for
you.
me.
It won't for you.
So like,
sound wise,
I can appreciate
I
the
get you.
impact.
I got you.
But sonically, for me,
I wasn't.
You know what?
But hold on, I wasn't. I ain't got every Murder Inc. album. I wasn't listening to all this shit back then when it was out neither.
I had no Murder Inc.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I had Vinny Vidi Vici.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I had the Shanti jump with I forgot one of them. Whatever.
My dad had the Shanti album.
I think I had
Shanti has me.
Baby,
Which you
baby,
had?
baby.
But-
I think I had Ja Rule
baby,
Pain Is
baby.
Love. I think
Which
that
you
was
had?
the only one I had.
None.
You had one. You only had Vinny Vici.
I had two
I had
two
none
albums.
of it.
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan of the sound, but I can appreciate it. They sold millions and millions.
The most
of
you had
records.
was one album from them. You had none.
That I can recall. that I recall.
They were so impactful.
But look,
though. I know.
let's stick on sound though. Let's stick on sound.
Wow.
Murder Inc. Murder Inc. Since we talking about sound, they definitely used a lot of R&B influenced sound. So that brings me to this topic. It's a heavy topic right now in the culture. What the hell happened to R&B? All right, so I mean, I know we a predominantly hip hop podcast, but we talk about all things music here, right? And I'm a hip hop baby for sure, but I'm an R&B dude to my soul.
And they go together.
I listen to R&B in the car, man.
Hip hop and
You know what I'm
R&B
saying?
go together.
And they go together, you know what I'm saying? They cousins. So,
Brother and sister. For real.
you know what I'm saying? However you want to look at it. But we specifically talking about R&B. What, in y'all opinion, what happened to the genre? Because it is a disconnect. R&B artists not selling like they once was. You know what I'm saying? Traditional R&B as we know it is different. It's more rap driven. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the rap artists want to sing. Some of the singers trying their hand at rap. So it's very mixed.
I think it's
Pretty
more male R&B that's going through the tough time. Female R&B is still kind of still there, still thriving. I think it's more male R&B. There's no stars right now.
No stars. That's a bold statement.
So, for example, like you got the Brent Fires.
He's a star in my I think.
To me,
Well, that's the thing.
I can't pick him out of lineup.
Okay.
Like, I mean, outside of Chris Brown, who is the star in R&B? Who's the one? Who's the
I think
person?
it's emerging stars. I mean, keep it a bug with you. Outside, Chris Brown is a superstar, right?
Okay.
There's no other superstars after him right now, but there's emerging stars. You got Brent. I think Brent Fires is a star. You got Lucky Day. You got Summer Walker. You got LMA. You got
Females got superstars.
Now, females got superstar. Who?
okay. You said
Who?
Superstar.
You said who? You said who?
Masego.
Okay.
Masego.
Masego.
Is that R&B?
That's my favorite R&B. Him and Lucky Day, my favorite dudes right now.
I love Masego. I just don't know if that's. But either way, I ain't gonna get caught up in that. So we got Lucky Day. We got Brent Fires. We got. Yo, help me out.
What's
Trey.
your boy from Canada that got they blackball? Daniel Caesar.
Daniel Caesar.
Daniel Caesar.
He was
Okay.
he was on. The
Like I mean, I think the ballot.
Giveon immersion.
I think the ballot hurt. There's no ballots right now.
This my thing.
There's no ballots. Like
The
nobody.
talent level is not as strong as it used to be.
Talent pool is not as
That's
strong.
That's simply what it is. Like I feel like R&B artists was just like way more talented back when the shit was hot.
And when
It
you say
ain't-
talent, you talking about from like
Can sing.
singing.
Can sing, can write. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of these R&B artists don't even write their own music.
I mean,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
never been.
But
That's never been.
I mean, right.
Yeah.
But it's just
but you got to be able to perform it. Like to your point.
perform it.
I think the content is not helping either.
There's no ballads.
There's no ballads.
Like, there's nobody.
It's nothing about love. It's more so about you know what it's about. Then
Pulling
a lot
my
of
dick out, I'm trying to fuck you.
then a lot of artists.
It's what they said in R&B
A
song.
lot of R&B artists, they don't have the background that the predecessors before them had. A lot of them people came from church. That's why they was singing like that. Ain't too much of that going on no more.
Yeah.
Then I'm about to say something too it might be controversial, but I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Because it's my opinion. 25% of R&B is locked up right now.
You talking about the heavy hitters?
No, listen to what I'm saying. 25% of R&B and why we love traditional R&B is locked up right now.
They locked up.
Explain yourself.
So when I say locked up, who's in jail right now? One of the biggest prominent R&B names.
Bro,
Hold on, watch. Let me finish what I'm saying because I'm not even going to that conversation.
Sit back.
That's even here or there. I'm strictly music because I like other people. I can separate. Okay, so I'm talking strictly music when I bring up R. Kelly. None of that other shit. Now,
and I
music.
Still say bruh on that one too.
Now, musically, we know if you go to an R&B party or they play a party where they playing majority R&B, you're gonna hear some R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't hear R. Kelly, it's noticeable because when he was at his reign, he was the king of R&B. We're not debating this. So even still, if you take him out the equation, there's a void there. That's the point that I'm missing. The type of music that he made, the ballads, the baby making music and all that. Nobody's really doing that.
Now, people was doing that since R. Kelly.
No, but who's doing it to that level right now?
I mean, the thing is, they just stopped doing it. Like R. Kelly hasn't been.
I thought that's
R.
what
R. Kelly ain't been popping in 10 years. It ain't like he just went away. Like he just went away that like last year.
He won't pop in 10 years.
It's two things.
Yeah, it's been about 10 years. He hasn't been active in 10 years.
I credit.
But Trey's been there. Trey called
Trey Songz?
Yeah, Trey Songz.
Okay, but yeah, he hasn't done it in a while, so it's a void.
Yeah, we're saying the same thing. So like the void, the guys that are singing, the stars aren't necessarily there. Like Brent's cool, but to Trey's point, Brent's not a strong vocalist.
No, he's a pretty good vocalist, but the content is different.
I credit two things to why R&B is at the place it's at right now. R&B is, I wouldn't say is dead, but the R&B that we hold to the forefront, traditional R&B, male, on the male side is kind of lacking. And I contribute to the auto-tune because that forced people not to really have the talent to make some of these songs like a fucking Luther Vandross or something. You ain't had to have the strong vocal presence. If you could auto-tune your voice or use all this trickery with your voice, that's a popular sound now. I think that helped kind of discredit R&B, and I feel like the rappers that singing, cause you don't even know what R&B is now. Like what would I say Rod Wave is? Can I call him a rapper?
More, it's like a rap R&B. It's like a hybrid. But it's
Young Blue the same way.
And that's Young Blue, and that's like the style now.
But there ain't no soul in that.
Right. So now the R&B singers still have to compete. Now they competing with the rappers too. You know what I'm saying? Like they come out and they want to sell.
It's a hip hop and R&B chart. I don't even know why the fucking two genres is together. It should be separate.
It should be separate.
They shouldn't be together. It should be a hip hop chart and an R&B chart.
But at today's time,
it's almost always been like that though.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't always like
that. Talking about what, like
in
the
90s
sound?
it was like
no, R&B had their own charts back then.
R&B had a
R&B
different
had their
sound
own.
than rap.
It's more like in recent years they started making.
I say right now, like somebody that like came out of jail, say he did like 15 years in jail, he come out, he can't tell the difference between rap and R&B at this point.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what Rod Wave is.
Content, man. And then
they content, the R&B content now is matching the.
That's what I'm saying.
Content.
Like that's why I said earlier, the R&B artists they trying to go in that lane and be more raunchy,
because
like the
that's
rappers.
What's winning right now.
But
they had to compete too. So now, like, it's hard for them to make these love ballad songs when they competing with rappers singing about emotions.
Right.
You know
They shouldn't even be competing with it. And
They
then
shouldn't be.
Radio too. I think they don't. Even though I don't really listen to radio regularly, but when I did, you heard of the abundance of R&B at one. Now that it's not, you're not really getting that. And
Is there
then
R&B group out like right now?
Ray J and Bobby V and them about to make a group. About to make a
I
group.
remember that was the thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You
it
got
ain't-
Jagged Edge,
yeah.
112, Drew Hill, like that.
It ain't
was
groups
the
like that
thing.
no
It ain't
more.
no groups no more.
And then
Nope.
production too. I think the production ain't helping. When you think about most of the popular R&B songs right now, they samples. And what do they sample? They sample the 90s,
yeah.
big 90s hits, right? And it's like
I'm not
it's
mad
weak.
at that. They do it right.
I'm not mad at it, but most of the time it ain't done. It's done from a point like, oh, we know this joint, like it's nostalgic. But to be
Like,
honest
what
with
is
you,
Tory
it's
Lanez?
kind
I
of
say Tory Lanez is a super.
some of them joints should be left alone.
I mean, I think it's
Like,
it
And
depends
there
on
ain't
what.
no musicality in it.
Now it depends on what you looking for. So, for example, like you got the Tory Lanez, the Chris Browns. They're more of a vibe than a traditional.
I think Chris Brown's kind of traditional.
Chris Brown can do traditional.
He can do
can.
traditional, but the first half of his album is it's a vibe. Like
He does it all.
he does.
He's one of those rare.
He's like a Beyonce.
Yeah, Beyonce. She can tap in traditional. And
Yeah.
she can give you she can do all that. But just from a traditional standpoint, it's not the content. Like you said, is different. It's no ballads like that no more. And then if they are doing ballads, it's not about love. It's not. It ain't nothing you
There's
can
no
really
ballads.
get it
There's
into.
no
Like
ballads.
it's
There's no
when you listen to the
ballads.
lyrics, you like, oh, what the fuck? This shit is
Females are
depressing. Like
females are doing their thing.
Yeah, female R&B.
Yeah.
Females
is in a
doing
good
their
place.
thing.
I think female R&B is in a good place.
they're better off than the men. I'll say that. But
sure.
overall, I don't think it's.
Like I like SZA a lot. Like I feel like SZA is.
But you fucking the scissor?
When I fuck to SZA,
Yeah. I mean, what
SZA
song
got
you-
some songs I fuck to.
That's what I'm saying. I don't. It ain't too much out there for me. That's like, okay, let's play this.
Her?
Put this on.
I'm definitely fucking her.
Jasmine Sullivan for sure.
Maybe Sullivan. Her, maybe couple joints.
Her fire.
Her is fire.
I fucked to her, so I know I'm fucking to her.
Okay. I mean, that's your experience. I'm just saying. But yeah,
I mean, same thing with Daniel Caesar.
What? You fucking Daniel Caesar? Yeah, Daniel
that
Caesar.
joint. I like that jointy. That joint. You know, the
Daniel
joint.
Caesar, all right.
Get you. Yeah.
I'm fucking the Chris Brown.
Make you
fuck it.
fucking ESPN. It don't matter what. I mean, it's going.
I'm fucking with the news on.
Yeah,
like, you know.
yeah, he's gonna keep you back. But
But yeah, but this I just had to touch on this subject real quick because it's like I said, it's an ongoing debate, and I don't think it's dead, but it's not the R&B music that we grew up on, and our parents and she used to play.
I agree
It's
with you
different,
on the
man, like-
musicality part. It's like even with I feel like some of these young R&B people should get in the studios with the Jermaine Dupri's, the Michael B. Cox,
Right.
The even Diddy,
Babyface,
even Diddy,
like people like that. They
like,
need the elder statesmen in there to come in
Jimmy,
and like,
Jimmy,
yeah,
Terry Lewis and Jimmy
I'm saying,
Jam. Like
bring that
they
soul
run
back,
into
man.
what's my man name?
because that
Hitmaker right now.
yeah,
that
and all he doing is flipping shit. You know
that's what I'm saying.
That's
It's
all he
like
doing,
and it ain't no
Like,
unfinished.
I
It's just
remember,
like,
like, when I hear
flip that
stories
joint
like
loud.
Mary J. Blige to me and Keith Sweat, they got like two of the greatest R&B albums ever in life to me. What's the 401 is one, not for My Life.
My Life.
One of the best. She sat down with like they came up, talked about her like nobody's getting personal no more.
Yeah.
I knew Mary J. Blige's whole life through My Life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like nobody's getting personal no more. Nobody's singing about. She wasn't singing about love. She said a lot about a lot of hurt.
Yeah.
But it was relatable to people. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's being relatable no more.
Yeah.
The musicality, like you said,
Baby making records, man.
baby making records.
You know what I'm saying?
Nobody
That's
sit
missing right
down.
now.
I think you had to sit down with the
ain't there.
big baby faces and all these people to
Yeah.
get something. You know what I
It
mean?
ain't there. But yo, comment down below and on the YouTube, man. Let us know what y'all think, man. Is R&B dead or not? You know what I'm saying? Chime in, join in on the conversation. All right,
Where we at?
let's play. What you know?
But you know, these are easy ones. This is easy one. Y'all should
Easy
get
one?
this. Yeah, please.
Man, come on.
Hell yeah, do that shit. But he probably you won't have to. You won't need it for this.
Yeah,
one.
we want.
You don't need it for this one. All right. Who's the oldest person to win a Grammy for the best rap album?
The oldest.
Oldest person.
I thought we did something. Well, no, we didn't. We did the first. Okay, the oldest person to win a Grammy for best rap album.
Nas.
Ding, ding, ding. Correct answer. Nas is the oldest person. He won his first Grammy this year. Over 20 years later, after 14 studio albums, he had 6 number ones, a bunch of multi-platinum sales. But he only won a Grammy in 2021 for King's Disease. He was 47 years old.
All right, so you
got so much flack for that shit too.
all right, but I thought
Hating
you
or whatever.
okay. I guess I misunderstood the question when you said the oldest,
Oldest person.
right? But it's rappers older than him that have won a Grammy. But you're talking about in recent.
Who was older than Nas that won a Grammy?
Yeah.
Hove.
How old was Hov when he won a Grammy?
When he won it.
He just Hove won the Grammy. What's this? 2022. He won in 21.
For what?
Nah, he ain't winning 20.
I don't know. I mean, Trey the fact checker, but he closed the computer. But
For the
for
best
sure.
rap album.
No, I didn't. He won a Grammy in 21.
I said who won the Grammy for the best rap
Rap album.
Rap
That was the
album.
question.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Rap
So I misunderstood. My fault. I didn't hear that part. I thought I'm focusing on the oldest rapper.
To win the Grammy
Yeah.
for the
so I'm
best
just
rap
like,
album.
I know it's some older rappers that's won over Nas, but okay. I ain't mad at that.
Yeah.
All right, so next segment we have, I'm taking trade segment, so I don't F with you. So rapid fire, one has got to go.
Oh, you got a list? Okay.
I got a list.
Nigga said, I'm taking trades. Like, letting me know.
I can tell you wrote it.
I'm
You
yanking
wrote it
your-
yourself.
Yeah, doctor's handwriting.
Yeah.
One has got to go. Jadakiss, Styles P, Ghostface Killer, Raekwon. Who has to go?
That's actually hard.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with damn.
I'm going with
I'm gonna go with Styles P.
fuck.
Love you, Styles. I got to do it though. Love it. And wanted to.
Damn.
One-
Yeah, I'm going with Styles P too. Shit. That's hard.
You said Kiss.
Yeah, I'm going with Styles P.
Raekwon.
I can't take Ray off because I'm taking off Purple Tape,
Ghostface.
and I can't take Ghost off.
It's between Styles and Raekwon for me.
Well, you got to pick one.
I'm going to pick one.
So we got two Styles.
I probably go with Purple Tape, my favorite albums ever, man. Hey, I'm going Styles.
Three Styles.
But I like Styles.
You have a
I'll take
vote
it
in
the
this, or
wrong
you
way.
got a vote?
I'm gonna go Styles too.
All right, so unanimous Styles. Next.
Next one, we got one more. Ice Cube, Chuck D,
Like, look at me.
Scarface, Black Thought.
Chuck.
Chuck
Chuck
D,
D.
bro. That's
No disrespect.
No disrespect.
Yeah,
It's just before my
that
time,
was
that's
a little
all.
too easy.
Gotta fight the powers that be.
Yeah.
But
Just before my time. That's
Yeah.
yeah,
that ain't-
he can fight the power out of that.
Respect to Chuck D though.
Respect though, and Flavor Flav.
All right, and I'll give you one more.
I feel like I need a clock right now.
Big Crit,
This shit all crazy, bro.
Currency, Wiz Khalifa, Larry June.
I see what you did here.
I'm gonna go with Larry Jones just because I ain't up on bro. I don't.
Yeah.
And he knew. I feel like he stands out from the other three.
Right.
It's easy to miss. It's easy to dismiss
Larry
him.
Jones, easy.
Yeah.
He ain't got the catalogs to hang with them other.
Yeah. That one ain't. That ain't it.
I like Larry June.
Okay.
I'm going with fucking. I could live without Wiz. Cushion orange juice is
I'm about
that
to say,
shit.
he can live without Cushion
But
Orange.
but outside of that, he ain't
and
really.
Cabin Fever.
I could live without Wiz Khalifa.
Okay.
All right, well,
Cool beans. Y'all want me to do one more?
You got one more?
I got one more.
Go ahead. Fuck it. Go ahead.
We'll go to young guys. Kodak, 21 Savage, Travis Scott, and Lil Uzi Vert.
Lil Uzi Vert. Get the fuck out of here,
Uzi
bro.
Vert,
Get his ass out of here in any category. Get him out of here, bro.
Hold the Uzi vertical. Nah, he
I'm
can
gonna
go.
say Travis Scott.
Oh my God, yo, Uzi
I
got
don't listen
to
to
go, bro.
You ever
Sicko
listen? You
Mode?
never listen to Astro World?
Nah.
Oh man, you doing
What's that
yourself.
one song you got with Drake?
Sicko Mode.
Sicko
That
Mode.
shit hard.
That's on Astro.
That's on Astroworld.
Please
That
do
shit is
yourself a favor. and
crazy.
Listen to that.
It's not really my style.
Okay. I mean,
But
man.
Uzi is?
Nah.
Or are you biased because of hometown?
Nah. I just, you know what I mean? Uzi got some shit I fuck with.
that
I
was
like,
good.
I like Uzi though.
Yeah,
was
Uzi got some. He got like a couple of Jones, but versus compared to Travis Scott,
Nah, that
Sheesh.
was nah.
yeah. Uzi
That was good
go,
though. I
bro.
like that. Yo, that concludes the show, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this episode and you want to support the podcast, please like, comment, share, subscribe. Find us on YouTube channel. It's Politickz as usual. That's Politickz with a Z, not a S. Stream our show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and you can find us on Instagram, Politickz as usual _podcast. Again, that's Politickz with a Z, not a S. My Instagram handle is Life and Times of _IV with 2 E's.
Mine is PhillyField804.
Mine's is _TRUYDMARKD _trademark.
And mine is the real C Boogie.
Check out the shirts. You know what I'm saying? Feel
Polit-
C representing. You know what I'm saying?
Politics
Merch coming
is
soon. But yeah, this has been the show. Some make a fuss about nothing. For us, it's about hip hop, baby. This has been Politickz as usual. We out.
Politics as usual.
Peace.
Episode.